issue in my life that's dear to my heart.
Yeah.
It's a void from the beginning, right?
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah. So it's we're good. It's you get right from my heart. That's all you're gonna get from me. So that's all you get. John Ansay, Senior, and I'm from Richmond, Rhode Island. John was a great kid. Had a little troubles at times in life, but listen, wonderful kid to raise. Very into sports, motorcycle riding. Everything he ever put his mind to, the kid was so good. Surf, he loved to surf. Um, uh, Raced motorcycles actually for 3 years, motocross. I played football for 4 years. He got older when he was 14. I got him working papers, and he worked 2 jobs. His first job was, listen, funny, Best Eating Donuts, and then he would work. There was a golf course right on the side, and my son would actually go work there after, and then I'd pick him up from the golf course because he'd pick up all the golf balls out in the field. So it was actually, he's a good kid, and we finally got his life going in a manner of, because he had gotten some trouble, but we got his life going, and he fell in love with fishing and stuff like that. So, and that's where I lost him, is through fishing. So I lost him at sea. He did landscaping. He loved landscaping too. He was actually very good at that. When I said he would help me around that house and everything in my garden, a vegetable garden, so no flowers for me, but vegetable garden, which we'd can stuff together. Had passion for cooking, but always loved to do things. So he did run some equipment as well, heavy equipment, running a payloader. He ran a backhoe and an excavator. So he did some of that with my father, who had a construction company. And John was a very ambitious kid, and he couldn't sit still. He's kind of just always got to be on the move, and I love it. It was a pleasure to a breath of fresh air, a light. He's how do you want to say? He's just he loved life, right? But it's like a glow around him. He made life happen. He lived life to the fullest. John actually, so what happened was, when I said my son had gotten in trouble, so he didn't have a vehicle, so I made him. I said, well, you have to show me that you're gonna move ahead and go forward and make life better. So I said, why don't you get a job at McDonald's? It's right up the road. And he goes, I don't have a car. I said, well, you show me that you can work, and you're gonna stay there for 3 months, and then I'll help you get a car, and then you can move on and get another job. So in the interim of that McDonald's journey, because it took him 2 weeks to do it, mind you, when he started working there, and he did the 3 months, so he got Employee of the Month twice. So he took it to heart, and he did it. So, and when he was there, someone had come in who said, what are you doing here? Like, you're in construction, you're doing all this stuff, and why don't you work on a fishing boat? So he went on a town boat, and he worked, but then his uncle actually got him going on the boat. So that's when he's really got the passion for the water, and then working with his uncle and his favorite cousin, Timmy, who actually was on the boat with him when he went missing. So, and Timmy was the one survivor in the boat. So Timmy and him were on the water, which I took those boys snowboarding, four-wheeling, swimming, all this, everything. We did so much together. John told me one day that his biggest fear in life was drowning. But after fishing, in love with it, couldn't get him out of the water. He'd want to do every trip, and it's a wonderful, I miss him so much. But wonderful that's what he thought of it, right? Afraid of drowning, but yet took his life and put it on that water every day. Amazing, in my opinion. So actually, it was 2 days before his birthday that he left on a trip. So he said, my son told me he didn't want to do the trip. And I had told him, I said, well, listen, I said, your life's getting all together and you're just saying you have a bad feeling about the trip because you want to party for your birthday. I said, not letting that happen. You need to continue doing what you're doing, following that right path. And by going out with your friends and doing that, it'd be no good. So I said, here's $100 for your birthday and we'll celebrate your birthday when you get back. But it was really around the house helping me and everything before he left on his last trip before he passed, and celebrated his birthday out on the water. So working on a fishing boat that he loved anyway. But we're heading out towards Montauk, and actually they were fishing for whiting. It's a type of fish. So when they were out there, they actually got all the fish so that the capacity, the boat was filled to capacity. So steaming back in, the boat had started to take on water. So there's probably like 5 or 6 EPIRBs that had gone on. This is when it's the SOS calls, right? So the EPIRB is the final. That's your final. But that's on the way in at 2.3 miles off the block is where the boat actually failed. It's it's well, my understanding now through research and everything that you have done and showed me, and in the binder and how you broke everything up for me actually with the boat, where the bulkhead was and where the fish hold was, and it's you actually helped me a lot by showing me diagrams and everything for stuff that you had done, which made me understand and made it more comfortable for me to understand. So where the fish hold was, where you broke it down, the bilge pumps were that would pump out water that comes in, but a bulkhead should be sealed up to the floorboards, so no water can go into the void, which is a fish hold, which is the largest void in the bottom of the boat, which ended up being the demise of the boat. It's what made it fail. So the average time for a boat like that to fail and sink is you got 4 minutes when it starts to sink. That's average. You have to put a life suit on. So when they found out, you put on these life suits. That's a kind of a heavy foam, but then you're compromised because your hands, it'd be like big foam mittens, and then it's a bodysuit. So all you have is like a snorkel to look out of, but when you turn your head, it goes inside the suit. So they're compromised. So they all had their life suits on. Timmy was up top trying to undo the life raft. His dad was holding him, and my son was holding Oscar. But when that boat capsized, Timmy got thrown from the boat, and my son and his dad, we don't really know. In my opinion, I think they got stuck inside the cabin of the boat, the wheelhouse, because with them suits, with the water coming in. So I think that was the demise of them. But when that water rushes in, it's difficult. The boat was never found either. So I don't know if you know that. In 2019, so my son passed. So in 2019, my son had a lawyer that I went to that my son owed money to. So when my son went missing, I went to the other lawyer, and I wanted to pay him for the money that my son owed him, and he refused. And I asked him if he could do this case for me, and he said he doesn't do that. So he brought me over here to Kevin Daley, and it's actually the best thing he could ever have done for me. I got to be honest. These guys treat me like family. It's wonderful. It's a heartwarming, and made it very easy for me to get through this most difficult times in my life. So my initial concern is going to be like, are these guys, how deep into this are they going to get? What are they going to look at? Is it just going to be easy money. They're just gonna try and I just want to be in. I just want to be done with it and go to the next customer. And it wasn't like that at all. So my concerns was really someone who's going to be thorough and actually go through and treat my case for me and not just give up. That's going to be there through the entirety of it and be on my side. So and that's really what I got here. So I needed someone to be there for me. So when I first saw him, I wasn't quite sure at first, right? So if I told him I was going to use him, and then I want to say he wanted a couple of weeks to go over some stuff, and I'll be honest, in 2 weeks he called me, and then he told me he went through some stuff with me, which enlightened me and made me feel so comfortable. I was like, this is the guy for me. This is the firm. It's really getting back to me, talking to me, explaining things to me, how he was going to do it, what was going to be done, what he needed to do to provide me what I wanted, was wonderful. Um, Kevin and the team handled the case, in my opinion, perfectly because the way they stayed in touch with me, the other professionals that they got involved, and how they had it all illustrated in a book and everything for me. It showed me everything that they did. Um, I mean, awesome. It's very, very heartwarming to know, and the comforting once you see the work is that they do, and well, at least what they did for me was unbelievable. And I don't know that other places do what he had done for me and his team. Wonderful. They touched my heart so much on everything that they did. So legally, they did everything above and beyond, and emotionally, they helped me through it so much because it's the toughest time in my life that you're ever gonna go through. And they made me feel so comfortable and like family. That just being there and keeping me aware of everything throughout, because it's a part of our lives. That it's a big part of our lives to get through this. Um, So actually, every once in a while, Kevin will even call me, "Hey, just checking up to see how you're doing." And it's even though there's no case still going, that's who they are and concerned about you, your well-being, and how you're still doing. So I love that. So relationship is wonderful. So he'll remain my friend forever. Yeah. So when he was going at the very end, it was really the binder that he handed me of the complete case, and went through the whole thing again with us. And unbelievable. I never expected it because the case was pretty much done. And then he still, yeah, wanted to go through everything again with me, which to me was showing who they are and how they feel about their customers. It's wonderful. That's why I'm here today. Is because of how they treated me and what they did. Because if I wasn't treated right, I wouldn't be here. And it's so when Kevin asked me, I said I would gladly go there, and he goes, "It'll only be a couple hours." I told him, "You can have the day." So just for the record, though, he does owe me a scotch. If you're looking for somebody to help you with the utmost respect for you, your family, and results, this is the company to use. Daley Orton. It's there's no one better in my opinion. These are the guys that listen. They help me, and I know they'll help